Hi everyone, this is my shelf in my bedroom. In my house currently, I only have two places where I store my plants. First one is my grow shelf, which is this one, and then my eastern window. I used to keep my mastovale in the cold kitchen, but I needed like space for my flour and sugar, so I moved them to this shelf for the time being. Um, I don't really talk about this shelf all that often, so I thought I'd make a video about these kind of weird collection of plants I have here. Um, I guess we can start on this side. This is my Philodendron Brazil. This is not an orchid or a codex, but I took a cutting back from my parents and I'm just kind of experimenting. I've never successfully propagated because I don't have patience, and usually I'll kill the plant or throw it away before it even has a chance to grow roots. So I thought this would be a nice kind of project for me to test my patience by just leaving this thing alone. And I think that's a problem with, well, my ADD. I just kind of have impulse issues. So that's my Philodendron Brazil. Only two leaves right now. Hoping that the cut part will grow roots and then the sprout will come out of there and we'll have a nice nice looking leaf. These are my egret orchids that I got from Seed and Gay. I cannot tell if they are even growing at all. So far they're not dying, which is good. That's always good. So I have these in 100% sphagnum moss loosely packed in there. I keep these damp. I don't let it go dry all the way. And I'm just hoping that it continues to grow and not die. This one is my Cosmo plant. I don't know if I got bored, but I bought a packet of seeds and I just planted it about 2 weeks ago. Alright, next time I do this, when I plant seeds, I'm going to put it super close to the grow light so that the base isn't so leggy, because this is a little bit too tall for the beginning of the plant because it's going to grow to like 4 feet potentially and flower. But we're just going to stick some kind of like support system there if it needs it. And then once this top part starts growing more, I'm going to pinch the middle there so that it branches out and that there's more than just one single flower. The soil is really kind of lots of perlite, no fertilizer, or I try not to fertilize. Sometimes I have the urge to do it, but it's just coir, perlite, and some random stuff because cosmos don't like rich soils. My Prana orchids, Graminifolia, still doing their thing, which is slowly going into dormancy. If the leaves are green, you leave them on because right now it's cooking. The corms basically are still forming under there, so I'm hoping that they continue to slowly grow and then I can harvest them when the plant dries all the way around autumn or winter, and then we store them away. So they're doing something, they just look like they're not doing anything. And then over here we have my Massivalia. This, I think these came from Ecohanera, but this one is yellowing, so that leaf's gonna fall at some point. And I don't really panic when it comes to my Massivalia. I think they are very sensitive. Whenever the temperatures get kind of warm, they don't like it, and then they just kind of grow these dots under their leaves, or they lose a leaf here and there. So you can see it's 72 degrees in my home right now, which is kind of warm for these plants. They don't like that. My kitchen used to stay around 60 to 65. They really love that. They were dark green, growing really well. But they're just gonna have to adapt to the shelf. I think that's about it. I'm not going to go into detail about the specifics of these Massavalia because I kind of forgot which one was which. I might have to do a separate video on the progress of these plants. But just wanted to do a short intro to my grow shelf. In the winter, I will be moving my Neophoenicia back to the shelf. And then Massavalia can go to the window because then it'll be cold and then they'll like it over there. So that's it for today's video. Bye.